So hello, my name is Jennifer, and this is my face. So this is my channel, How This Mom Does It. I started it many years ago. I am a mom and a homeschool mom in particular, and I actually homeschooled my children from the beginning. My daughter from kindergarten, because that was her grade that she started at. Actually, technically, I did preschool, so let's say preschool. And then my son from TK. He has a weird birthday, so he falls into TK. So, yeah, I'm a homeschool mom, and my kids now are going into high school. So, my daughter is a junior in high school, and my son is a seventh grader. So, I have 1.5 years left of homeschooling. I don't homeschool through high school. They do like a high school, like a homeschool hybrid kind of program. So I am involved, but a lot of it's more of like pickups. I call myself Uber mom because I spend a lot of time in the car. Hence, being in the car for this space reveal, it just felt appropriate. Plus, I had free time to do it and a little bit of quiet without people. So that's why we're in the car. When you're a mom, you know, right? Like it's a thing. So, yeah, that's me. I'm coming to the end of my homeschool journey. So that's where I'm at in my life. I did the channel when my children were younger, and I would stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning to film the videos that I did. And I didn't want to show our faces or our names or anything like that. And I'm still not going to show my children. That's for their privacy. I'm not going to do that. You may hear their voices or hear them asking a question or saying something, and that's fine. But you'll just be seeing me when I do something that needs to see me. But Yeah, so homeschooling, and I started the channel, and it just got to be too much. I was really busy. I started doing more. We go through a charter school, a homeschool charter, and I started doing more on campus. I'm teaching enrichment classes, and I also started a co-op with one of my best friends, and we were really involved with that. I taught classes for kids online and in person um, for a long time, both online and in person. And I taught history. I taught different kinds of. We taught science, art. I love history, so a lot of history for our regular classes. And then I created a STEAM lab on the campus that our charter school is at. They um, are allowing me to run a small enrichment type program. Basically, is what I developed, where I teach with grant money and volunteer money, or not volunteer money, donations and stuff I contributed and contribute. I teach drones and 3D printing and robotics, and we did history, art, you name it, all the extras, all the fun, cool things that you want your kids to have, we do. But I wanted to build a community for my kids so that they would have social opportunities and friends and have the birthday parties, have the school parties that you don't normally get when you homeschool. I wanted all that for my kids. So, and we were really involved with a church group that had a homeschool group that I'm still connected with those amazing ladies. I've met a lot of people and homeschooled with a lot of families, and lots of field trips, lots of adventures. I look at everything as an adventure. So lots of adventures, and I focus more on that. I also made a TPT store around that time, and I was selling some curriculum, and I actually did pretty well doing that. So time wise, it seemed like a better investment in my time. But I even stopped doing that. I started focusing on um, actual teaching other kids, and developing my skills in instructional design and how to be engaging and all of that, which brought me to getting my master's degree. So my kids obviously have grown up and are aging out of homeschooling. So I'm going to be going into retirement, a retired homeschool mom soon. And it was like, what do you do? Like, what do you do after? Where do you go? What's going to happen with me? Um, Do I go back to work? My kids still need me around some, so I'm driving kids around to different things, and they're very involved. Um, they're good kids. They're really smart and they're really involved. So it's how do you do something for yourself and still be the person who is, the main person in your family doing those things and making sure your kids have what they need and still being and still having that as a family priority. So I'm trying to find that balance. What can I do to give me something that is going to be challenging and I'm interested in? Um, I would also, my goal is to get a adventure van, like one with the whole thing, like with the beds and the bathroom and the whole thing. That's what I want. So to get that, I need to make money. I mean, I'm just being honest. You got to have money. So that's a goal. Like it's not a have to, but I really want to have adventures for our family. Not that we would live in a van or anything. I'm not going to be a hashtag van life, right? Um, I'm not going to be a van lifer, but I would love to go on trips and be able to use it to do some cool things. And yeah, so that's a goal. The other one is I have a big bucket list of things I want to do. So one of them was starting a business, and I'm doing that. One of them was getting my master's degree, and I did that. I have a bachelor's in business. I actually worked in HR for about 10 years before I had kids and was successful in that. But it wasn't as fulfilling at the time, and I really wanted children. My mom had passed away, and she passed away pretty young. She was 59, and she had cancer. Um, so I wanted then, since my mom was going to stay home with the children that we'd planned to have, and that didn't happen. Obviously, life doesn't always go how we plan it to. And so we needed to figure out a way so that I could stay home, and we figured it out, and we lived on one income. My husband works several jobs and works really hard for our family, so that I could stay home and do these things. And so we did. So I stayed home, and so now that we're coming to the end of this, I spent time teaching and getting my skills. And I discovered after I did this that I really have a passion for education. So I got my master's degree, as I was saying, my bucket list. Um, I got my master's in education and ed tech and instructional design, and I finished that this past October. It took a little bit longer than I had planned. My father actually passed away last March. So I lost both my parents, and so it was a little stressful, and there's a lot going on with that. So had some life in the middle, as everyone does, right? Everybody has life. So but finished my master's, and my kids are getting to where they are less needing of me, and I'm more like an Uber driver than actually teaching them anymore. I actually teach other people's children more than I teach mine, which is hilarious. Um, but I enjoy it. I love working with other families. And in the homeschool world, you don't just teach a child. You actually, if normal homeschooling where you don't just drop off, but like when the families are involved, you get to know the families, which is the best part. Like that's how you build community. That's how your kids make friends and lifelong friends, like people who are going to be in your life forever. Um, I think that people interactions, and I call it peopling, learning how to people. That's what I teach, is learning how to people. Um, I think it's a lost art, learning how to communicate, learning how to make connections with people, genuine connections, and develop friendships and all that. So we've had that. So we've had lots of adventures. Um, we've met so many people, and have really been blessed by all the people in our lives. So here we are. So I got my master's degree. What do I do now? And I am the type of person who does all the things. I'm like, let's just do everything, right? So in classic Jennifer style, I decided to start several businesses at one time because that's what I do. And I'm also writing a book because that's what I do. It's on my bucket list. I wanted to write a book. So I'm finishing my first novel. Yay. And I also am interested in creating children's books based around the characters that I'm drawing. So that's something else that I am interested in doing and that will be coming up in the future. I also got my master's in ed tech and instructional design. And the goal with that is that I'm going to be developing resources for homeschool families. So that's something I have a real passion for homeschooling. I believe in the family unit, and I believe in individualized education and letting kids learn how they learn best. And I want to help other families, not just in my community, local, but over all over the world, as see that homeschooling is an option and how you can make it an option and give support to families who want to live that kind of lifestyle. So that is something that I have coming up, and that's why I got my master's and was kind of going in that direction. There's a plan. There's always, it's crazy. I'm sure I'm crazy to do all these things. Um, but I'm excited and there is a plan, I promise. So there's that. And yeah. Oh, and then the denim loop. So my company where I coach and counsel and do things for homeschool families and in tutoring and stuff like that too is Learning Journey. So that's one um, company that I have separate. So there's that. And then I also am doing Denim Blue Designs. And Denim Blue Designs is, I wanted to have a like merch company. I love themed things. I'm a theme person. That's why I always love teaching too, because every month is different theme. I just love theme. And I love stationery supplies. Love it. Like, love it. Like, Lisa Frank was like goals for me as as a child. Like, so the fact that seeing these notepads come to life and pencils and all the stuff I'm doing, it's great. Like it is like for a stationery lover, it's amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have my own notepads. That's amazing. So very cool. It wasn't a goal to have stationery supplies that I drew and created, but it is pretty cool and I'm excited. Um, So, but more than just like stationery supplies, I wanted a company that, or a business where you could get all the things that you love, something that expresses your story. I'm big on telling my story, telling your story. Everyone has a story to tell, right? And how you express yourself is part of your story. So being able to find things in what you love and wearing that or using those products or whatever to show the world that these are the things that you're interested in, I think is really cool. And that's what I wanted to do, something that tells your story. So I wear different kinds of earrings and and I thought I would like the things that I like, and I just couldn't find the things that I wanted. So now I'm making it. Um, so different notepad. Basically, I'll have collections of things that you can purchase if you want to, or send to as a gift to a friend or whatever. So say for instance, avocado. So the avocado that I have is in a notepad. It's in a sticker. It's in earrings. So all those things you can get in one theme. Um, so yeah, so that's Denim Blue Designs. And I'm super excited about making the earrings with my designs on them and different products and seeing it all come to life. So part of this channel is going to be changing. That's where I'm getting to here. Where are we going, right? Um, so basically, how this mom does it isn't just going to be a homeschooling channel anymore. There will be some content, and if people are interested in homeschooling, and as I do more with Learning Journey Co., there will probably be more homeschooling type videos, how to homeschool or advice homeschooling, about advice for homeschoolers or new homeschoolers and those questions you might have and things like that. So if there's something you'd like to see in the homeschooling realm, feel free to ask, and I'll see if I can make a video about it or share something or resources to help you if you're interested or just want to learn more about homeschooling. It is an interesting life. It's a lifestyle. It really is. It is a lifestyle that you take on, and it's a commitment, but it is so worth it. Um, I'm thinking about having my daughter on as just like a podcast style while we talk, and you can talk to an actual homeschooler who's finished and is moving on, and what their experience is like. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Um, I thought like if you have questions about homeschooling, like from a new homeschooler to a veteran homeschooler, what kind of questions you might have. That I could do a video about that. Um, Anyways, just anything you're interested in that, feel free to ask. Also, a lot of the content is going to be small business content. So building a small business from the ground up, that's kind of where I'm at in my life right now. Homeschooling is kind of going, um, I'm kind of ramping down on that, but I'm ramping up on the business side of it, but I'm still in both worlds. So, business side, small business vlogs, I'm going to start doing markets. I actually enjoy watching market vlogs from other people. So if you want to see someone struggle and figure out how to do all this, watch this channel because I'm going to be learning, and I'm kind of a tell it like it is person. I don't sugarcoat things. How I'm talking to you is how I talk to everybody else. Um, so I will tell you the reals, maybe more reals than you want to know. But if you want to follow along on that journey, that's kind of where I'm going to be. And just anything else that I feel like sharing. Kind of more how this mom does it will be my personal channel showing my different businesses and where I'm going. May even have some travel. So I have a bucket list, and I'm trying to work through that. I have gone and stomped grapes. I went to um, all different kinds of places. I did a lot of traveling um, past couple years too. That I was busy doing that. We did a lot of hiking. We were actually looking at trying to find all of the California historical landmarks, and that's still on my bucket list is to hit all of them. There's like over 1,400 in California. So we would basically find one of the markers because there's markers, and then do other hikes and stuff around the area and find different cool stuff. So that's something I might include if you're interested in seeing travel vlogs of things that we do that are interesting. And if not, that's okay too. I will probably start eventually a channel for Denim Blue that's separate. But for now, I'm just going to keep it one because that's a lot for me to handle. I'm going to be honest. I feel kind of old. I feel kind of old in the YouTube game at this point. Um, I'm not a TikTok kind of shorts kind of person. I'm just a sit and chit chat kind of person. That's just how I am. So if you like a longer form kind of video, that tends to be me. I'm going to try and do some of the short things. It may be fun. I don't know. My kids are better at that stuff than me, so they may be helping me. Um, yeah. So that's where I'm at in my life is we're wrapping up our homeschool journey. I'm transforming the channel. I'm changing where I'm going in my life, moving more towards business and a creative handmade business like hand drawn and sharing my art, which is so weird to be sharing that stuff, but kind of cool. So be nice. And I know I'm not the best artist, but you don't have to be. See, and that's what I teach the kids is you don't have to be the best. You just got to show up. You got to do it. Put, I'm a throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks kind of person. So I'm just going to throw it out there and give it a try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Life's short. You got to give it a go, right? So anyways, that's where I'm at. This is me. My name is Jennifer again, and this is how this mom does it. And yeah, if you want to follow along in my crazy journey and see what I'm doing next, then subscribe. If not, and this isn't what you're looking for anymore, and you followed me in the past, and um, you're maybe done with your journey, that's okay too. I thank you for being part of my journey all along, and I appreciate every single person who has subscribed to my channel. I'm gonna start crying. It means a lot to have people support me, and I've had people ask me where I was during this time, and the fact that you cared and were interested in where I was and what I was doing means a lot. So to have that community and the people who are supportive of me along this journey and along the homeschool journey, it is kind of emotional to see it all end and where you're going from there. And I know I'm not the only homeschool mom who's wrapping up one journey and seeing where what's the next step in their life and moving on. And moving on is hard, and seeing your kids grow up is hard. But I think it's harder when you homeschool. So um, if you're in that stage of life as well, where you're ready to move on to other things and find yourself again, then this might be the channel for you. So Anyways, thank you, friends, for listening to me ramble for I think 20 minutes now. Long form, told you long form, sorry. It's just how I am. It's who I am. So, anyways, thank you, friends, and I will see you next time.